All right, let me get these projections started for tomorrow, and I think F1's qualifying is already done. I'll have to check on that after I get this stuff done. See if anybody's joining in. Okay, we got 3 of y'all in here, and I know you guys are probably busy and whatnot, having a good Saturday evening. But I am just all excited, all happy for how that Xfinity race played out, man. I can't believe the backlash. I don't understand it at all. I cannot fathom what is going on with these fans. I just do not get it. No matter what happens. It's just, I guess, Ty Gibbs really racing that bad? Like, I mean, I'm still going through Twitter and just people I just vilifying poor little Ty Gibbs, and I cannot truly understand it at all. Man, dude. It's pretty weird. All right, well, guess we'll talk about Martinsville. I'm doing the projections right now. I haven't made them or haven't finished them or anything. I haven't even started. I normally do it at night. Usually after the Xfinity Series race. That's usually why they're uploaded at like midnight or like 1 a.m. or something. So what I'm going to do first is I'm not going to worry about fast laps and laps led. I'm going to just do the projections for everybody with their finishing positions right now. Because in the grand scheme of things, there'll probably be 2 lap leaders or something like that. Okay, unless we get tons of people changing positions and stuff. So I want to try and nail where these guys are going to finish and what they're going to end up doing, because it's going to be a very, very difficult race to pass in. Let me go ahead and look at the optimal. This last, god dang it, why am my eyes so itchy now? Where my phone go? What I'm doing now is I just want to take a gander at the previous optimal from the summer and see what this place differential is really looking like. So, because we can lean that right with where everybody's kind of starting today to get an idea of what we can realistically project people for. In a sense of like not the exact driver, but drivers in similar situations. So let's go ahead and look here at the start. So we have a lot of guys. We have Dylan starting 23rd, Chastain 27th, Logano 14. Actually, I'll do everybody outside the top 15. So we have Austin Dillon 23rd to 3rd. We have 27th to 5th with Chastain. We have 18th to 6th with Kurt Busch. We have 19th to 9th with Chase Briscoe. 24th to 13th with Eric Jones. 36th to 24th with AJ. He didn't make a queue time. 21st, 16th with Bubba Wallace. 22nd to 18th with Tyler Reddick. 34th to 23rd with Ty Dillon. 20th to 22nd with Martin Truex Jr. So for the most part, with some of these guys, we are seeing some guys like the max amount of place differential I might want to be giving people is like 12. Okay, Dillon and Chastain clearly had like over 20, with Dillon 20, Chastain 22. But when we're looking at projections for this race, as I see, and usually I go either from the bottom, like the guy starting dead last, or starting from first down to do projections, but I want to do this one kind of differently. It's like Kyle Busch, for example. I don't know why my hair's giving me so much issue. When we look at Kyle Busch, practice speeds aren't showing anything remarkable. Okay, I think a true ceiling from him, based on that price, based on his practice, based on his track history, is giving Kyle Busch like 8th. So let's just do that real fast. I just give him 11. So that's right at 5-2. That's 47 points. 5-2 for Kyle Busch. As I just start that, I look back at the optimal here, and we can even go back farther. 47. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He would have been 10th. Actually, that's 21 fall race. Where did he start there? Started 7th, finished 2nd. Interesting. Okay. That would have made him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He would have been the 9th highest scorer in the fall race last year. Spring race, 47. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It would have been 9. 20 fall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He would have been 7th there. So look at the fall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So right now, Kyle Busch would just drop in at probably around the projected probably 10th, 9th, 8th, or 7th highest scoring guy in this race, just real quick, without any other projections, just based off of that. Okay. And the reason why I'm bringing that up, and the reason why I don't even know if anybody's even watching right now. Oh yeah, 70 of you guys here. We'll talk about Ty Gibbs in a second. I'm just kind of explaining how I'm doing projections real fast. And so when we look at what we can realistically project like Kyle Busch to do, and I'm using him as the main example tomorrow just because he's like a place differential play that kind of stands out to me because he starts 18th. It'd probably be the same thing with him, Bell, Jones, Wallace, Byron, Gibbs, like all these guys here. We kind of have to cap their PD places at like 12 to probably 15, somewhere around there. And kind of just going from that. I mean, Kyle Busch is in the 8K range, is 5.2x right now, but I'm probably going to have a pretty small player pool tomorrow. I'm not sure how many lines I'm going to do, but anyway, let's go ahead and rant about this race here. What's going on, Matthew? Happy to. Am I crazy? Like, dude, Ty Gibbs, and I'm not talking about the situations where he takes people out, okay? Because we've seen him race clean, like at Portland, at certain road courses, at other intermediate tracks. God damn, dude. Ty Gibbs races just like Dale Earnhardt. And people are like, you're insane. You're crazy. Go back and watch like random 1991, 1990 races, even farther back. And you can go, up and stuff. But I'm just thinking of races that I've seen, like on intermediate tracks there. Dude, Ty races just like Dale Earnhardt. It's like a spitting image. It is insane. It's absolutely wild. And so, dude, Ty Gibbs is going to, like, how can you not root for the guy who's going to win? You might be like, oh, that's not a fair. He didn't race Brandon Jones clean. He's his teammate. Look, you're literally the son of one of the richest team owners in the sport. You're the son of a superstar. You're not going to get benched. You are playing life on easy mode. Okay, how can you not root for somebody who just realizes that and just does what they want? Like, if I was 19 with that talent and that rich of a family, why even race clean? I'm just here to have fun. Let's just move people out of the way. That was awesome, man. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to Ty. I thought for sure Ty would be the one getting spun today. He almost got spun like 4 times, and Ty bumped a ton of people today where he could have wrecked him, but he didn't, man. He didn't. He waited to the very end. You got to respect that. I don't think I'm that crazy there. I haven't even looked, because I had Castle in my line. So I'm pretty sure I didn't cash, but let me go ahead and look at what that optimal looked like. I'm going to guess I haven't even paid attention to finishing position. Oh, wow. It all paid out already. Let's look at let's do the $10. Let me see what the winning lineup was real fast. Oh, I had Weatherman too. So the line that I went with was Weatherman, Williams, Hemrick, Castle, Austin Hill, and Sam Mayer. 3 of those guys scored in the 60s. Castle -15, Weatherman +20, Josh Williams 31. Let's see, what was the winning? That's a big. Okay, so fuck, bro, a 29 place. Oh, okay, so in my opinion, that's let's see what this was. So Ty Gibbs, Sam Mayer, Austin Hill, Hemrick, Josh Williams, Blaine Perkins. Okay, yeah, just fitting people in. No second lap leader because Brandon Jones was taken out late in that race. That just the contest, not a contest, but man, dude, that sucks. A 29 place tie for first. Second highest line finished 30th with $60. That's a rough contest, man. But yeah, I figured place differential would come in for sure, man. Just seemed like a race where things would get stupid, and it's kind of why I didn't want to play that contest. Anyway, that's what I hear. I was worried about Jones. I don't want to take credit for that. Any of those guys could have wrecked. It got really, really stupid late in that race. But we'll see there. Jones needs to be second in the last lap in order to punt to agency. Jones is going to punt Gibbs. Jones had punted Gibbs like 3 times, With all due respect, I'm crazy. Hey, I might be, but Ty Gibbs is fun to watch. Okay, how about this? You guys in here, lay down. I want to see please give me a list of the reasons why you don't like Ty Gibbs. And they can be as small as he's a spoon-fed baby to he fights with his helmet on, which secondly, I'll double down on that. If I was ever going to fight somebody out of a car, I am not taking my helmet off. Are you kidding me? I'll just headbutt the guy. I'm not taking my helmet off. Fight me. I'm going to fight you with my helmet on. Hopefully you'll have your helmet off. So you can't hurt me. Who wouldn't fight like that? I'm not saying I'm going to kick a dude in the nuts in a street fight, but man, if he's got 100 pounds on me, I might kick him in the nuts. I'll fight with my helmet on, Stuck. Oh, no. Hey, what's up? And I'm not mad, I'm not mad at you at all. And all your points are valid on Twitter. That's mainly why I went live, just because I like talking about this stuff. I'm like a funner version of Dial 877 Pit Lane. I just so 2 stages. If you had Ty Gibbs today, you're happy as hell right now. If you're just a guy who likes racing, sure, I think you are disappointed. But look, Noah Gragson and Ty Gibbs have the most wins this season in the Xfinity Series, are both going to the Cup Series, are the future and I hate saying stars, but they really are the future stars of NASCAR. What are they known for? They're known for just wrecking people. That is the new age. That's just how the racing is now. And so I like both those guys. I think they got good personality, and they come off different. Their attack strategy is very similar to Hocevar, but Hocevar doesn't have the personality. He doesn't have, he can't carry that type of style, but I think Ty Gibbs can, because Ty Gibbs is confident. He might understand people don't like it, but he's going for wins. Gregson's here to have a good time and get laid. So I think this is the new age of just racing. Corey LaJoie. I'm not saying LaJoie completely took out the field on Thursday, but he won that modified race because everybody wrecked, and then on the restart that he had, the guy who started in third missed a shift or had something broken on there. It seems like every race nowadays is won and decided with people crashing. I was watching, forgot what it was, that race where I think it's Salem, where that guy flipped over the fence in turn 1 because they had on YouTube. Well, first off, I saw the crash online, and then it was recommended to me on YouTube, and they had the whole race on, and I was watching it. They're running streeters and stuff at Salem, and they're running Darlington. They're running right by the wall, and they're banging each other. They're moving each other out of the way. I think that's just how racing is, really. I I think the saving grace for that, if you're a race fan, is dirt racing, because you can't really get away with that on dirt, not because you can't afford to wreck things, but because it hurts you and the other guy a lot more. You can't just beat and bang on dirt as much, and certainly in open wheel it won't. And so I think this will lead, if people enjoy cleaner racing, it'll lead to them becoming more dirt fans versus wanting to continue to watch asphalt, because it's very hard to find guys who aren't just going to be taking people out anymore. I can't fathom people don't talk about Dale. I just don't get it. Where was all this hate for Dale? Where, like, what? Dude, and you made a good point that actually it wasn't you, Doc. It was the other guy who posted on me. And he's not even a follower, but he was like, it is funny that, Noah did the same thing earlier in the season, and he didn't give like half the amount of issue and pushback from it, And now everybody's like, oh, well, Bubba got suspended. Are they going to suspend Ty Gibbs? Like, dude, we used to wreck people all the time. Like, what are you going to do? Suspend Ryan Newman for wrecking the Hendrick guys at Martinsville in 2012? Are you gonna, get mad at Stewart for putting Denny Hamlin in the wall at Sonoma? Like, I don't know, man. It really is just based on if you like the guy. It's Terry and Dale from Bristol. People did not like Earnhardt, the spinning Terry at Bristol both times, and that's just what it reminds me of. So, as I said, I haven't finished projections at this point. I probably won't, because I'll just end up ranting too much. I foresee myself probably running 10 lines tomorrow, 10 or 12 lines. Maybe not even that much. I don't think I want to play that much. Maybe 6. The reason I'm trying to answer that is because I know for sure I'm going to run a line or two with Larson and Elliott. Just without even projections right now, I think those guys are going to be fantastic plays. And the reason is because of lap sled and fast laps and stuff. And now, for me, I'm probably going to cap projections at probably 80 points for people. The reason being, and similar to what I said in the live show today, is because, like, if Larson scores 80 points, he's going to be optimal. Okay, if he does anything more than that, it doesn't change him. He'll be optimal and stuff. And I don't necessarily want to project Larson for like 150 points and then Elliott for 130 and then have nobody else really projected to do anything. And so I'll probably give fast laps to everybody that I could consider, or fast laps and laps led to everybody that I could consider leading. So those guys right now would probably be Larson, Elliott, Blaney, Chastain. Let me go back, actually. Probably be Larson, Elliott, Blaney. Maybe not Chastain. Maybe not Hamlin. I think it's just those. I think it's those guys right now, because I just don't think we're going to see a lot of passing. However, I think, like, Cole Custer starting 5th. Here's a situation to where, here, we'll do this live. Cole Custer finishes 6th, not 6th. That's 11th. -1. Cole Custer finishing 6th. He's optimal. Cole Custer finishing 7th. He's optimal. Cole Custer finishing 8th. Cole Custer finishing 8th. He's optimal. Cole Custer finishing 9th. 31 points. Okay. So I will probably give Cole Custer an 8th place finish tomorrow. It's going to be on pit road. It is decided on pit road. Just I really do believe it's similar to that. So let's do all these bums back here. Briscoe kind of sucks. He's more expensive. So let's kind of dial this back. So let's give him 6th. Unoptimal. 2, 3, 4, 7. Yeah, it's not even going to be close. So I'll probably give like Briscoe 6th. I'll probably give Cole Custer like 8th to keep him alive on the projections. I mean, even then, Briscoe's only at 35 points. 5th at 37. So unless Briscoe gets the lead, I don't think he's going to be optimal. Probably cap him at 6th and stuff. But I am going to be very, very aggressive on guys maintaining track position in this race tomorrow. All right, so this should have given us enough time to get some feedback and opinions in here. And yeah, like I said, yeah, don't worry about your rant. I like rants and stuff. Let's see. Yeah, man. I remember when I was little, this is 2012, watching Logano move Martin at Pocono. Man, that hurts. That hurts to this day. I'm sure it hurts for you as a Martin fan. Logano didn't have to move him. Logano did not have to move Martin at Pocono. He could have raced him clean, but he didn't. Martin could have got his last win at Pocono, but he didn't. And man, times have just changed, man. Times have changed. And I think it really does come from safety. Although Bubba, Rick, and Larson kind of hurts that point. But I guarantee you, if people were getting killed more often, they wouldn't be racing like that. They would not be. Hey, I like that description. I really do. I like Kyle Busch kind of for the same reason. I think Gibbs has more skill than Busch had at this age. I think Gibbs has more talent than people really, really want to give him credit for. And maybe that's why they're very harsh on him. But I think Gibbs really, really does have like actual skill, like natural skill that propels him way above what other people can do at his age level. Weaker version of Kyle Busch. I totally see that. I get that. But I think he's Kyle Busch with more skill at this point in his career. All right, here we are. All right. His teammate is the praise, and I do love the praise God families, the hypocrisy in those. Instead of 2 cars going for the championship, it's 3-on-1. I don't even know who's in the championship. So I follow that so little. Let me look it right fast. It is. Oh, it is Junior versus Gibbs. I really hope Gibbs or Gragson wins the championship next week. That'd make me happy. Either one of those guys, I'll be so happy with. And then like I don't know, Brandon Jones. I was thinking about this in the race. You know how I kind of ran on my rant on Daniel Hemrick being pretty washed. I was like, dude, head to head, Jones and Hemrick. Jones is a much better driver. Like Jones hasn't done a ton, and I don't know if he'll ever get past Xfinity. I don't know if he even wants to race. Like my goal, if I was like an Xfinity driver, I just want to fucking try and qualify for the 500. I don't care about running a full cup schedule. I just want to attempt to qualify for the 500. So like Jones, I don't think he'll ever do that. So if he's just where he's at, where he's happy with, I kind of don't want him win a championship. Like he doesn't deserve it really. It's 3-on-1, man. Greg, anybody but I don't really want Allgaier to win it. He's kind of lame. A lot of people be like, oh, he kind of deserves it. He's been here the longest, but Josh Berry kind of wanted to steal the mojo. I want the party that Gragson will have if he wins, or how pissed off everybody will be when Gibbs wins. Yeah, I mean, I do too. It sucks I won't be there to watch it, but that'd be a fun one to be at. The Xfinity race, that is. Yeah, dirt racing is awesome. I love it. Let's see. Yeah. He races just like him, man. I see like the black 3, the black 54. You got a guy that usually has a break. I mean, God, he races just like him. I don't understand all the boomers out there who loved Dale, all these people who walk around with Dale Earnhardt shirts, man, like raise hell, praise Dale, man, Dale's awesome. You have a guy who races just like him, and you don't root for him. Like, we haven't had somebody that raced like Dale since he died. It's been 21 years, and we have somebody who raced like them, and you hate him. Like, what? Get rid of those 3 shirts, man. What are we doing? Yeah, my mom's a Gordon fan. She's a big Gordon fan. She liked Bill Elliott. She liked Gordon. You know, I like Stewart. I like Dale more than I watch. I mean, I like Dale because, well, one, because he died. I mean, that's pretty cool. That's pretty metal. 2, I go back and watch how he races. I like how he raced, man. I would have been a 3 fan for sure. Let me see. Some more. Yeah. Let's see. I don't really have favorite movies. I love Star Wars a lot as a kid. Disney destroyed that. But nearly every franchise has just gone up in flames now, so that's not really that important. And thank you for asking this, Vinny. I do appreciate it. I like a lot of Kubrick films. I like a lot of more classic films. Like, I know it's like, here, I'll just start naming them. Like, Space Odyssey, Full Metal Jacket, Eyes Wide Shut. I like those. I like Scarface, and I'm kind of naming them where, like, if they're on, like, I will sit there and watch them no matter where they're at. Like, I love Scarface. I love Silence of the Lambs. I like a lot of B movies and stuff, like a lot of the classic horror, like Evil Dead, both 1 and 2. I kind of like those just because they're goofy. I like a lot of movies that have like good practical effects. I really like Black Phone. Like, that's probably the most recent film that I've watched that I've really enjoyed. Not in the sense of, like, I go to the movies a lot, but I don't really watch a ton of films. Or, I mean, I watch a lot of films, but I like 2x. Like, I blow through films on Netflix, but I like 2x just because I'm blowing through stuff. But Black Phone, went to see it in theaters. I liked it. I really liked it. I thought it was very simple, but I think that's what we kind of needed. I don't really like superhero films. I don't really like, I don't know, like, I don't really pay to go watch that stuff in theaters. I like kind of like thriller movies, like The Gray. Anyway, so I like that stuff. I'm trying to think of other movies that I like Child's Play. Love the early Child's Plays. It's kind of redundant now, like the Chucky show. I'm not going to watch the Chucky show. I just don't care enough about that. But Child's Play 1, 2, and 3, I mean, that's real good. That's like white power good. Other movies, like this Halloween movie coming out. God, please just kill the bitch. I mean, kill her, please. I'm tired. I'm tired of these Halloween films. I'm tired of them. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. The new Texas Chainsaw Man, or the newish one, the one that came out this year on Netflix, 2022 one, that's like so bad it's good. The practical effects in that were awesome. The storyline was absolutely horrible. Like, if it was written with anything but the I want to use the term liberal, but it's not. I can't think of the word right now. But if you've seen it, you understand. Like, the influencer, like, if they would have taken that stuff out and they would have like gone with that same type of story, I think it would have been a much better film. So I don't really have a favorite film. I have films that I like. I have genres that I like, horror, things like that. But Cody Ware, I haven't gotten through enough projections to know that we're starting last. Traditionally, we could have used more punt plays, but I don't think we're going to see the amount of DNFs that warrant that type of that warrant that type of play right now. And the amount of lap leaders, like, if this really does become a 2 lap leader type of race, The optimal won't require you to go that low on your salary. So that is one thing there. I don't know. The playoff format is not built for teammates at all. I mean, like I truly believe Jones would have dumped Gibbs if they're entering 3 on the white and Jones is right behind Gibbs. And so I honestly believe Jones would have dumped Ty Gibbs today. So I don't know about the teammate thing. That's just kind of where I'm at there. Oh, did he? I didn't. I'm not aware of this quote. I mean, yeah, like Noah, have he seems like a guy, or he is a guy who has big dick energy, who would actually have a big dick and is not faking it. I love that about Noah. Like, how can you not love Noah? Noah and Ty. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with Xfinity next year. I mean, it is back to me not caring about Xfinity, I guess, because the two guys that I liked are gone. So now just numbers back and truck and Xfinity for me. And that was the one thing that was keeping Xfinity interesting. Is at least I had Noah to root for. I had Gibbs to root for. Now they're all going up to Cup, and now neither of them will compete for a fucking win. So, hey, there you go. Sucks being a fan of either one of those guys. Yeah, man, he did so much work on those short tracks, on those late models. I loved. It's so weird when we look back the transition. I'll go back to Martin in a second. God, it's so crazy how beautiful. That's why I kind of like street stock racing nowadays. And there's very few series that run them. Like they have a lot of late model series, super late model series, things. Oh, well, super late models are more East Coast, Northeast with everything. But like late models and stuff, like those cars are kind of ugly. I'd much rather we go back to like a street stock type of large series. I mean, we do, but anyway, the amount of work that Martin put into those cars were absolutely phenomenal. From the aero to him working on everything, and this isn't even him going into Cup and stuff. Just I can't remember what it is. It looks like a Stingray. I know it's not. That's what the body reminds me of whenever I see his old fashioned like red Stingray looking car with the blue numbers on it. And even how much Martin had to go through. He had to sell his team. He got fucked by a sponsor backing out on him and not paying him in the Cup. Like he almost didn't even have a Cup career. Martin was a really really cool guy. That's why it was awesome to see that. He showed up at was it Auto Club this year. I don't remember. I wish he was in the booth more. But man, everybody. I was talking about this yesterday and stuff. Like, or was it yesterday? It was yesterday. Who? Oh no, I was talking about it in Discord. Like all the great personalities from really the 2000s, and I mean we had great personalities in the 90s, 80s, 70s, and stuff. But like go back here. We'll do this together real fast because I like having fun, and we're gonna do. I'm gonna search up 2002 Daytona 500 results. Okay, let's go through these boys and talk about them. Ward Burton, what a legend. We love his person. Oh, that's so. Somebody asked me in Discord. I think it was STR. What I would be. I think because I've made a joke about. I've had some close friends of mine tell me to like start and park an ARCA car. Like just go to Brad Smith and be like, dude, I'll give you some money just to start and park this dumb car. And I was talking to basically I'd just be a PR liability. There's no way I can get through any interview or anything with a media reporter without being suspended or like canceled or whatever. And I told him, I was like, dude, what other driver is just going to name drop Hitler in the middle of a press conference? Anyway, so like Ward Burton, awesome, spoke the truth, never really successful in terms of like, oh my God, we need to have wins to be successful. That's what I was saying. Like, there's a difference between Daniel Hemrick and Kenny Wallace. Kenny Wallace never won the Cup Series, but he's a good driver. Hemrick has never won in fucking anything. Hemrick just kind of blows. Ward Burton, 5 total wins. What a like the guy was cool. Elliott Sadler, great personality. Everybody loved him. Nice guy. Jeff Bodine, okay, all right, I understand that nobody really cared a ton there. This fucking finishing order is fantastic in 2002. I totally forgot about this. Michael Waltrip is still to this day having a midlife crisis. I love Michael Waltrip so much. Martin, clean guy, good racer. Like, can't say a bad thing about Martin. Newman, back when he was the Rocket Man. Actually, this is a rookie season. No, 2000. This was a rookie season. 2002. No, yeah, I'm pretty sure 2002 was Newman's rookie season. Let me go back. It was 2000. No, it was 2002. Okay, yeah, my bad. Sterling Marlin, man, still kicking ass with Parkinson's, although it's probably pretty severe at this point. What a legend. Gordon, legend, not my type of guy, but a legend. Johnny Benson, the Timmy Hill of his time. Bill Elliott's pretty lame, not gonna lie. Bill Elliott fucking blows. He has no personality whatsoever. Jeff Burton, kind of lame. Robbie Gordon, a true wheelman. What a legend. Dale Jarrett, a guy who. So I've heard rumors. Somebody confirm this. So did Dale Jarrett bang Buffy, like Michael Waltrip's Buffy at some point? I've heard rumors of that. Usually if there's like rumors like that, usually some truth to it. But still, what a legend with Dale Jarrett, that is. Johnson, at this point, Johnson's a pretty good meme. No real pin on Jeff, on Jimmy Johnson. Brett Bodine, can't really say anything. Ricky Craven, pretty cool guy, understood that he just didn't want to be in this industry anymore, retired. Like, everybody who had a brain, who had cool personalities left. Rusty Wallace, not really my kind of guy, but good personality. Jeff Green, Texas Terry, Mike Wallace, Robert Presley, Michael. Although Andy Petrie was Mike Wallace's crew chief in this race, that's pretty interesting. Mike Skinner in the 4, Shauna Robinson, Dave Blaney, all these guys are kind of meh. Ken Schrader, awesome guy, fantastic personality. Fucking love Ken Schrader. Stacy Compton, Jerry Nadeau before the wreck. Clear. What time? When was it? It was. Can't remember. Anyway, clearly you got Dale Earnhardt Jr. You got Kenny Wallace. Like, come on, Kenny rules. And Ty Bodine, Bobby Hamilton, just being a pretty cool old guy. Rest in peace, BH. Kenseth, no personality, to be honest. Bobby Labonte, pretty cool. Casey Atwood, dude. Casey Atwood, like, no lie, this man was legit kind of cool. His interviews after every time he'd wreck were like, he was just happy to be there, man. He was happy in every situation. Harvick clearly filling in for Dale. At this point, he's just a bitter old man, but he at least has personality. John Andretti, check for Andretti. Ricky Rudd, just a bitter old man even when he was young. I love it. Jeremy Mayfield, Front Row Joe, Kyle Petty, Dave Marcus, just being an old. Dave Marcus is still alive. I can't believe it. In my brain, I was like, oh, Marcus passed away like 2012, 2013. No, fucking Dave Marcus is still alive. What a legend. What a living legend. And Tony Stewart. Like this, the personalities in this Daytona 500 greatly outweigh the personalities of today's Cup Series. It's wild. It's not even close. I like, and people don't go back and watch these races. Like you go back and watch these races. Really, like 2012 before, anything from 2012 and before, but like specifically into the Gen 4, middle of the Gen 4, like, dude, these races were awesome. 1990s racing, awesome. We'll never get back to that stuff at all. 18 of you guys here, thank you very much for being here and having fun. At this point, we're just kind of shooting the shit and not really doing projections, but I'm happy to be here and happy to entertain you guys. I'm so sorry, Matthew. You're asking a question. I'm not gonna be able to answer this right now because I don't have the projections done right now. I am so sorry. Peaky Blinders is I have no idea what that is. 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 I have no idea what that I don't know this reference. I feel like I should know this reference. I don't know this reference. Yeah, I could probably answer this one. Briscoe and I'm from what I'm seeing, I'm just not going to play Briscoe. If he gets the lead at some point, that's fine. But like right now, early projections wise, I got Briscoe for sixth, and that's 35 points, and that's not optimal. That's not even value. I don't see Briscoe working unless he gets the lead. And if that's the case, then I'll just miss because there's no way I end up having Briscoe. Yeah, but that's it. Like, who wants to be a Brandon Jones fan? You know, like everybody always says, like, oh, that, you know, when Kenseth took out Logano, that's the day I became a Kenseth fan. But like, are there really any like Kenseth fans out there at all? Like, I don't think so. Nobody really talks about Kenseth anymore. So like Jones gaining fans, I don't think that's going to be a huge thing. Let's see what else. Oh, dude, thank the Lord. Well, Joy starts 14th. I'll probably keep LaJoy. Let's see, what is this at? 16th is 25 points. It's 4-9. Probably give LaJoy 15th. Leave him right at 27, and then I'll compare him directly with the other guys in that range. I think Ty Dillon is going to outscore him. I think, what is LaJoy at? Joy is 51. I think Ty Dillon's going to outscore him. I think there's a true argument that Castle could possibly outscore him. I think Haley will most definitely outscore him. Let me do Harrison real fast. LaJoy will probably outscore Harrison. I think I'm going to knock Harrison out of the top 15. I don't know. The whole LaJoy thing, I got him for 27 points right now. I'll see where he lines up with everybody else when I finish and stuff. Martin race too clean, yeah. Let's see. No, actually, Troy, you're not late at all. You know, I'm slowly getting people in here now since I guess college is over, unless they want to watch Michigan versus Michigan Mountaineers or whatever on ABC. So actually, you know, we had Joe arguing that Ty Gibbs is a bit of a POS, but not really. So Troy, please label and list all the reasons that you don't like Ty Gibbs. I'm honestly curious because in my view, like if you really do like Dale Earnhardt, like you should love Ty Gibbs. That's just kind of my opinion there. So please write them down. Let me see. Yeah, I'd love it. And like nobody talks about this stuff here. Like you think I whenever I see Dale, I'm just like, dude, Dale absolutely cucked Mikey. Like it's amazing, dude. I loved 2000s NASCAR in the room. Like it's just awesome. How can you not love it? Every time I look at Dale Jarrett, I just smile because I'm like, God, even with that rumor, I don't know where that rumor even came from, but you don't just throw a rumor out there that a dude is banging another guy's wife in the Cup Series. Like at like the peak of his career, at the peak of Mikey's career, he's dealing with that rumor. That's awesome. So I like to believe that's canon. I like to believe it's true. I love it. That's awesome. So you got at least be in your 50s, Joe, right? maybe over. No offense, but I mean, that's awesome. Like, oh yeah, Dick Trickle is awesome too. Like everyone there. Martin, Dale Sr., Ernie Irvan, Waltrip, Bonnet, Rusty, the Allison boys. I mean, father and son. Those guys were awesome. Dick Trickle, awesome. Shame they blew his brains out in a sedan in a graveyard, but still awesome. Like, all those guys, none of the Cup guys can hold a candle to these legends, man. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And it's awesome. I wouldn't say awesome. It's so cool that so many of these guys kept racing because they enjoyed it. Like, everybody's shitting on Tom Brady right now because he's like, Tom Brady's destroying his legacy. He let his marriage fall apart. Okay, well, Brady's having fun. I don't give a shit if Brady's like 4-5, 3-5, whatever he is. Brady's having fun. Okay, look, Martin kept racing well into his 50s. Okay, Senior kept and probably would have kept racing deep into like his late 50s. There's no way. Like, I see Senior being just like Dave Marcus. Like, there's no way he wouldn't have kept racing. Ernie Irvan, peace out, my main man. Hate to be you. Hope you're doing well up there. Michael Waltrip, awesome. Like Neil Bonnet, I know he died because he blew a tire, but still, he was an older guy. He went in the TV booth. He missed it so much, went back into racing. Like, all these guys lived to race. The Allison family lived to race. Like, you don't have that anymore. Like, that's why, like, if everybody's a spoon-fed baby now and nobody's really had to work, well, let's root for the guys who actually have like skill and actually enjoy racing. Noah Gregson, Gibbs actually likes to race. Okay. Another guy that I like, it's almost like I'm choosing the lesser of all evils when I like Cody Ware, because Cody Ware is a spoon-fed baby. The man is stupid rich. His dad owns the NASCAR team, and Cody Ware's running DFL. Like, you got to kind of root for that, man. You root for like the slowest of the spoon-fed kids who like aren't doing bombastic stuff. You want to root for Ryan Blaney, who tattooed his grandfather's sprint car on his stomach. Like, what? That's just weird. Like, I don't know, man. Do you know how you determine the starting position for it? I think it's in order of least fastest to fastest from the two group stages. I could be wrong there, but that's why like all the Stuart Haas guys went near the end, because they were the fastest cars from the two sessions, or the fastest car from the sessions. I'm blowing through water. You think, can Suarez get? I was like, what is this insult? What does he mean here? Where does he start? So let me change this, because as I said, I'm doing these are pretty. There's a reason why I don't normally go live when I do projections, because I won't be able to answer like any question whatsoever. But when I look at this race here, you have to prioritize pit stall selection. Okay, Elliott has the best pit stall here. Larson has an early pit stall in the corner, but a pretty easy exit. Okay, so that'll be huge. When we look at Suarez, I don't really like how I don't like. I mean, he has a good exit. He has a lot of things rooting for him. He's in the upper 25% of good pit stall selections, but it's going to be so hard to get the lead on pit road tomorrow if you're Suarez, especially early, because you gotta pass the 5, you gotta pass the 9, you gotta pass the 12, who is also going to have a really good pit stall. It's going to be hard for Suarez to get that lead on under yellow. And yet again, my approach tomorrow is that the race goes green and we don't have yellows. We can very easily get there, but I think this is a green race tomorrow. So I am going to approach it like that. And let me see. 20 to 1. I don't know. If it was like 35-1, maybe, but 21 odds, I don't know about that. Yeah, that's just how it is. That's just how it'll go, man. Yeah. I don't even know how I don't even know how old Martin is. Maybe that's why I root for like Noah and Gibbs, because I can finally relate to people my age. I just typed in Martinsville. Mark. I always called him Martin. I know it's Mark Martin, but I still say Martin. He is This man is 63. I did not know Martin was in his 60s. That is insane. Because it's terrible. My mom is born in 61. So it's so hard for me to see people in their 60s at this point now, because I'm like, oh shit, man. That's insane. That's crazy. Martin is nearly. Well, thank you for being here, Joe. I do appreciate you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let me see here. Joe Spoon fed good cars to Dale Earnhardt was a man's work hard to get a good. Okay, I understand that. I do understand that. And I think that's another reason why, clearly that's why we all love Earnhardt, because he did that old picked himself up by the bootstraps. He didn't want to work in that mill. He wanted to go race, make some money, and live like that. And you gotta another part here is not that I want to have bad influences on people, but it's almost impressive how bad of a father Dale Earnhardt was. Like it's um it's pretty nuts that Dale Earnhardt was just a terrible family man. You say that he's a man's man, but if you were married to Dale, you hated your life. If you were a son, if you were everybody loves Junior, but dude, if you were Dale's children, you hated your life. Your dad was a terrible father. Like it's absolutely wild. Oh my Lord, hold on. Yeah, searching kids. I do get their names mixed up. Yeah, so like Carrie, hey, sorry, Carrie, you never got to see your dad. Your dad abandoned you. He did not care about you at all. It is insane. Dale Jr., you were a wild man sent to military school because you behaved so badly. Kelly just didn't really care about you. Taylor, you never even knew your dad. It's pretty nuts that, and I agree with you. He's a man's man, worked hard, just a true grit racer, but he was a terrible family man. He provided the money, but he's two blown tires away at a wrong race to being a meth head. Like back when he's starting with Carrie in his first marriage, if he doesn't bring home some victories here and there, like they are in the poorhouse. They're kicked out of their trailer. Like it's insane how bad of a father Dale was. And really, like how bad of a father Ralph was. Like the Earnhardt family has just had a history of bad. All the men in that family have been. I don't know too much about Carrie and his personal life, but like Junior, there was a reason he waited till this long to have a kid, because he would have been a terrible father. Dale, terrible father. Ralph, pretty terrible father. It's just insane how wild that family is. And you know I love Dale. I don't like hiding all the bad things about him. I like being proud of everything there. Speaking of that, do you guys see Stewart's uh drag strip, drag pass on the drag strip, whatever they call it? I haven't seen that happen in a long time. I was so happy to see Stewart in Q1. Dude, I think that was on Friday or Thursday. That's pretty cool. All right, let's see. It's one thing to move a person, but how hard he hit him and a teammate that just didn't sit well with me already being in Phoenix. He hit him pretty. He hit Jones pretty square. I know he mashed the shit out of him, and he booped him pretty hard, but he did it pretty square. He didn't do it in the corner, and Jones. I think it was right when Jones got on the brake, because the front tires load and it just loops around. I think if he hits it maybe like half a second earlier, I don't think Jones spins out as violently as that was, or as fast as that happens. But man, your dad owns the team. It's your team. JGR is basically your team. You can do whatever you want. I don't know, man. When you're in Gibbs' situation, I don't think you need to really worry about consequences. What are you going to do? What is NASCAR going to do? Suspend you? You don't have to work another day in your life. You don't have to work at all. You have everything gifted to you. Like, I wouldn't worry. Like if I have children and I can somehow make money, I want the most selfish bastard children available. I want them like knowing no value of money. I don't want them having a value. I don't want them to understand the value of $1. Like, I'm just going to spoon feed everything to my kids. And if I can't do that, I'm not going to have children. That's how I view it. Like, if I have kids, I just want to spoil them outrageously. And if I die and they blow all my money, I don't care, because I'm dead. Like, that's how I view it. Like, if we're gonna have kids, let's spoil them to the earth and to the moon and back. 15 of you guys here 50 minutes into this. I do appreciate it. I'm so sorry I'm not actually getting anything done projections wise. I'll probably do that when I end the stream here. Delcine just looked like a badass. Have you seen Dale Earnhardt like in the early days? I'm not saying Ty Gibbs looks like the most intimidating guy, and I'm not talking about 19. I'm not talking about his rookie year. I mean, this guy's kind of a fucking dweeb. Okay, let's bring this up. All right, let's have some fun. And here, check this out. Does this man look like a cool guy to you? I mean, this is young Dale Earnhardt. All right, yes, cool. Damn, I'm good. Looked like a badass. Happy guy here. Probably the best picture of him. Just looked like a cool man. This guy's looking cool. But I tell you what, man, young Dale Earnhardt, guy's kind of a dweeb. Like, this dude clearly sniffs paint. Like, so I'm just saying, let's not entirely hate on Ty Gibbs. I know I'm not working with a lot. It's hard for me to really, hate on how people look, and that's usually why I don't mention physical features. But when we're looking like this, when Dale Earnhardt being like 19 years old, and I don't even know how old he is here, but he's like Ty Gibbs. I don't think it's that big of a stretch to say that Ty Gibbs will improve on his badassery. Like Greg here, hold on. I'm going to remove this because I don't know what Google's going to put up, and my luck, I'll end up showing the good old pornography on the stream, and I don't necessarily want to do that. But like Noah Gragson, like a young Noah Gragson, bro, this guy's a dweeb. Like, this guy's kind of a weird looking fella, I mean, this guy's like a little baby, So, we got a lot of ways to go with how Ty Gibbs is gonna progress in terms of what he's looking like. All right, let's go here. Let's see. Oh, thank you for at least agreeing with me on that case. And like I said, like I would love to have like a real NASCAR podcast just talk about things like this. I am not destroying Dale Earnhardt's legacy. I've refrained from making any jokes about him dying. I think I've mentioned it in passing, but all I'm talking about is how he was as a man's man and pointing out his negatives. But it's still a fun way. Like, you can talk negative about people and still have fun, All right, so let's see. Ty Gibbs is not likable because he never wins me Money in Cup. Yeah, unfortunate for sure. But we will certainly have time for that because he has won us a ton of money in Xfinity. Do I think the Fords are real tomorrow? Well, clearly, based on qualifying they are. I don't think the manufacturers really have that big of a pool since they caught up to the Toyotas, so I don't think it's as big as I don't think the discrepancy between all three manufacturers is as big as it used to be. All right, let's go on. Ken, I haven't seen you on my I've seen you commenting on other people, and that's perfectly fine. But I see you going around thinking FSI, thinking fast cars, fast money. I miss you being in my comments. I know sometimes I give you a hard time, but I'm glad that you're back in here at least. So let me see. When I was in high school in Arkansas, hey, that's where my grandmother is from. Good old Arkansas. So let's see here. Tri-State P on Saturday. Martin, Trickle, Rusty, the Legend. Phillips all racing there. Gary Phillips, that was back. I mean, dude, I would kill to see racing back in the 70s. That's why I just love dirt track racing so much. It's the closest thing to that stuff, and not necessarily like the sprint cars and stuff, but I love, and it can get ugly because there's some, like, when you go to like certain racetracks, dude, some people in the street stocks and the stock cars, they race like a bunch of inbreds. They really do. They tear stuff up. I don't necessarily like that type of racing. As much as I root for wrecks, I don't want to see it in like local dirt track racing stuff. But man, when you get like a funded stock car series or street stock series running, whether it's V6s, V8s on old metric chassis, God, I think that's the best racing you can have on dirt. That's modifieds, that's sprint cars. But that racing is so awesome, man. I love old racing. Like Darlington. Back when Darlington was even, when it seemed like it raced smaller. I gotta look back. Whenever I go back and watch like Darlington races from like the 70s and 80s, that track looks way smaller. Like the racing, I was gonna say the racing line. The track surface, specifically in the corners, just looks thinner, like what they have to race with. So I don't know. Either way, I know that's not related to Tri-State Speedway, but I just like that racing, man. See, over under for fast laps. Man, I know, right? God, dude, that's part of the reason why I don't know how many laps I'm gonna do, because like I am gonna do lineups with Larson and Elliott. I'll probably have some with one or the other, but like, God, if you miss on lap leader, you're done. I still have no idea where I finished in the spring race. I was looking back at the album. I didn't play Dylan with Byron, so I obviously didn't tie for the win. Unless I did, and it was a gigantic tie. But I didn't have a lot of Byron lines, and so I think you can get away with spreading out ownership. You just need the one guy who leads laps. It's easier said than done. So we'll see how that goes. Thank you very much for joining me, Joe. I know you probably left a while back, but thank you very much for being here. Why would Larson take the back half pit and any conspiracy he gives up the lead to chase that one? So you got to remember that pit road selection is based off of the previous week. And so when we look back at last week's qualifying, sorry, we're going like crazy. So last race qualifying results. So like last week, you got to remember that. What the hell is this? Round A. What is this? God, dude, I hate these PDFs, man. I hate these PDFs so bad. I hate them so bad. Actually, this is why I hate going back, because any penalties added will take people away from their what is it? their pit stall selections. Anyway, the fact that Larson has a pit early, so they most likely win in. Hendrick most likely win in because Hendrick would have the, where are we at here? That's qualifying 2. Where's 1? I just need the starting grid. Jesus Christ, for last week. Starting lineup. I'm so sorry this is taking so long. I hate nearly every site related to NASCAR. Like J-Ski has way too many things. It's ridiculous. So we got Byron Bell, Chase Elliott in the 45, and Larson in the 5. So most likely, I'm going to assume that the 24 chose first. Well, because the 20 would have taken pit selection 1. Or does the Cup Series? This is where I get confused, or not confused, but I don't really focus on the small things. I usually just focus on where they are on pit road. It could be the Cup Series chooses that week. I know for a fact the Truck Series and Xfinity pit stall selection is based off of qualifying the previous week. For Cup, I nearly always forget if it is or isn't. Anyway, with Larson having that pit stall, and it could just be where his crew chief likes it to be, because if Larson is actually leading all day, he has a much shallower entry into pit lane. And when he jumps to the outside, he should be free of all congestion. So specifically, if you are going to be running up front, taking an early pit stall and the last pit stall are usually where these guys go. Like if you look back at nearly all the pit stall selections this year, you almost always have either the guys who are going to be running up front be like the first 2 stalls, or be the last 2 stalls, or the first 2 stalls, really, or like the first half, or the first, 8th of pit road, or last 8th of pit road. 13 of you guys here, thank you very much for watching and everything. Woody Jones and Eric Jones, Cindric. Haven't got there yet. This is very much just turned to me kind of talking and hanging out with you guys and not really finishing projections because I have not touched my projections page in 24 minutes. So I'll get all that stuff done and we can just talk about it tomorrow in the live show. How fortunate are we to be alive at the same time as Ty Gibbs? That's what I'm saying, AD. You get me. You're here asking me about the paperclip, and I'm feeding you Wikipedia information. You're here asking the real questions and bringing up the real opinions. So I gotta thank you for that. I think we are incredibly grateful to be alive and witness Ty Gibbs race instead of watching like Ralph Earnhardt and Lee Petty and Fireball. Like who needs Fireball Roberts when you got Ty, by the grace of God, Gibbs, Last one. I assume that meant Eric Almirola, Ty Dillon, or Eric Jones, or Castle. I could be wrong. Let me look at these guys real fast. This will change. So like tomorrow, and when I upload the projections tonight, that'll be my final opinion. And certainly my live show tomorrow will be my final opinion. Let me look. Tyler Jones, Castle, Almirola. Probably Ty Dillon and Jones from those guys. I'm probably going to end up liking those 2 guys there. I think I'm going to go ahead and end it. I have been just ranting for an hour at this point. So I'll let you guys go ahead and enjoy the rest of your evenings, and I'll finish this stuff and probably have it uploaded within the next hour or so, and I will be live. Let me just check. I got to do F1. I got to do the F1 projections as well. If I can get this to load. Not even sure what time the race starts tomorrow. Let me see. It starts at 1 o'clock my time. It's 2 Eastern. Football kicks off at noon my time. 11:10. Probably do live show around 10 o'clock tomorrow. 11 a.m. Eastern time then. I'll either be live at 11 a.m. Eastern time or 10 a.m. Eastern time. And you can find the live show on my channel to rewatch it at 2x, even if you miss it. I'm going to assume that I'll be live at 11 Eastern tomorrow morning. But I might end up doing like 10:30 Eastern. So somewhere around there, I'll be live. Just check when you wake up. I know it'll be probably between 10:30 Eastern time and 11:30 Eastern in the morning. Yeah, and F1 starts at 4. I mean, I'll do the projections for that as well. We could talk about that real fast. Or we can just do that tomorrow in the live show. It's whatever you guys want to do. AD, if you want to talk F1, I can talk F1 real fast. I haven't made predictions for that either, but when we look at how and I booed Dale at day 2. Here. Oh, dude. Let me see. Let me see. F1. Okay, yeah, cool. So they finished qualifying earlier. So let's see. We got Verstappen on the pole. What a fucking surprise. All right. So real quick, let's kind of goof around. So what I've been doing in F1 recently is I'm playing Verstappen in the captain. I play him every week in the captain position. That's just how it is. Okay. And he's oh fuck. I haven't even looked at pricing. Oh my god, he's 19.5 in the captain. Okay. All right. Let's see this real fast. Red Bull's 12.6. All right. So what I have been doing lately is I've been playing Latifi and Yuki and Zhao in my lines, and it's been cashing, okay? And it certainly works whenever Albon runs into issues. It certainly works, if Gasly just completely kills himself and does something stupid. But man, lately it's been leaning to me just doing more and more of Verstappen and just praying to Christ alive that Latifi doesn't wreck and that he finishes the race, and hoping that Albon messes up or something. Because specifically, it was 2 weekends ago, the Japanese Grand Prix. I think that was last time I did a lot of lines and something. I was so close to the optimal. Oh, I wanted to cry. Because I had a ton of Max and a ton of Latifi. And I think because I ran like 10 or 12 lines, and they were all Max the captain, and like 4 or 5 of them had Latifi. And they all had one guy who got taken out in that wreck, in the wrecks in Japan. And so if I had just done like one more line that didn't have one of those guys, I would have had the optimal and stuff. And even not doing that, yes, if you get Latifi to score you over 5 points, of course he's going to be optimal. But him at 3 points, it just doesn't kill you with how bad a lot of these guys score in F1. And shit, maybe that's what I should do. I don't want to enter more lines on F1. Maybe I'll do that. I think. Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud. I don't need to do it this weekend because we get 2 more F1 races. I think when NASCAR is over, I might just throw like $150, $300 at F1 for the last 2 F1 races and just play Verstappen in the captain, play Red Bull as constructor, and just fucking plaster the drivers in. Anyway, AD, very, very long-winded answer of me answering like, I'll probably do Verstappen, Latifi, and Red Bull tomorrow, and probably still project Latifi to like score like 2 points and stuff, and just try and get to more of the plays in the 5 and 6K range if possible. Clearly, if Max crashes, it's not going to work out, but that's how I've been approaching F1 lately. Yeah, I haven't watched any of the practice or qualifying. I haven't read anything on that stuff. I usually do that late in the evenings on Saturday. It helps whenever they're on in this hemisphere, because I hate it when the races start at like 6 a.m. and stuff over there. It just kind of makes my Saturdays more annoying. It's a shame that I couldn't really do any more videos for F1 because I had a lot of comments and a lot of people like messaged me on Twitter of saying like, wow, your videos fucking suck, dude. And I was like, well, I'm sorry that every video I make, I just tell you play Verstappen in the captain position. Like I'm not going to get off of that. Okay. And then it really is just similar to Counter-Strike. You kind of find the guys that you want and just fill in the rest of the positions with as many lines as you can do. I hate to say it, but that's really what Red Bull, or that's really what F1 comes down to. So that's why I stopped doing the F1 videos. I didn't really see the benefit of doing them and stuff. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Real Sterling, typing the real comments. Thank you very much, Sterling. AD, Mark was in here earlier. I think he left, but a lot of you guys have been here the entire season. Thank you very much for joining nearly every single live stream I do. Thanks for hanging out and stuff. I do appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and I will see you guys in the live show tomorrow morning. So I will talk to you guys then. Have a fantastic evening, and best of luck in NFL stuff. And thanks tomorrow. So I'll see you then.